Hey guys, it's Amy. I'm back with another video. We're going to go over some headlines today because they have been busy, busy, busy today, which today is the 46th day of the year. So sacrifice equals 46. So we already knew that there was going to be some deaths in the headlines. So if you're new here, I do teach gematria, which is the practice of coding letters into numbers. A equals 1, B equals 2, C equals 3, reverse it. Z equals 1, A is 26. And then the other two ciphers, you're going to reduce them down. So when you get to the 10th letter, it's 1 plus 0. When you get to the 11th letter, it's 1 plus 1. And then you're going to reverse it. Easy peasy, right? Watch my other videos if you'll get it, I promise. All right, guys, so we're right now, this is breaking headlines right now, but I'm just going to go over kind of what I found real quick, just because I know there's going to be more to add to it. So we'll go ahead and cover it real quick. We're also going to go over the Hills Have Eyes star again. We got Raquel Welch is dead. We've got this guy here who's a CEO that's dead. We've got Stanley Wilson Jr. dead. We've got an 18-year-old that was saved in a cave that is dead. And we have Emmitt Smith's dad that is dead. So let's start with the shooting. So, what we know so far about the shooting and the characters that are going to be played in this skit here. So, like I said, today is the 46th day of the year, and sacrifice equals 46, and that's why we knew today was going to be bad. So, they're saying 1 dead, 3 injured in a shooting in El Paso shopping mall. So, we got El Paso, Texas, 38, killing, Lucifer, 38, RIP, death, murder. That's why it's a big murder number. When you see the 38, you already know it's murder. Look at this thing. Like, this actually happened, like, they said catty corner to a shooting that happened a few years ago. We'll actually talk about that in a minute. So in the headlines, they're giving us this 1 dead, 3 injured. So we got the 1 and the 3. And today's date numerology is a 13. El Paso is 31. It's on the 31 meridian north. So the players in the agenda that they've gave us in the headlines so far. So the police were called to Celio Vista Mall in El Paso. Hope I said that right. So we got the headline from Sergeant Robert Gomez. Look, his name equals 144, Jesuit orders 144, his name equals 153, just like the mall, just like Jesuit order in the 54, right? So we also got another Robert. This one's Robert Gonzalez, and he got interviewed because he was a witness there and recalls the last mass shooting that happened that all the headlines are talking about. They're comparing it to this other shooting, and I'll show you why in a minute. So Robert Gonzalez, our witness, has got the 184 and the 184 for assault weapon, because that's what these agendas are designed to do, is to scare people to where we'll give up our guns, right? We got the 76 for the skull and bones, the 41s. We got the 1 dead, 3 injured. You know, El Paso, 68. We got this dude. So Gonzalez recalled the 2019 mass shooting. And then we got this tweet here. Texas Governor Greg Abbott said that he spoke with the mayor about the shooting and blah, 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 blah. They're reading their script, right? So we knew we would hear about him this year just because we know we're in the Skull and Bones year and it's 223, and right here the Skull and Crossbones is 223, the Synagogue of Satan's 223, and his name equals 223 and 263. Like, he's got a complete, a double cipher match with both of those. We're 94 days away from his birthday, and we've got 1 dead, 3 injured. So El Paso, 94 days from his birthday, 3 injured, 1 dead. It's 81 days away from the mayor's birthday. So the mayor's Oscar Lesser, and he's got the 17769, like the New World Order and the Jesuit Order. And then FF is 69. I can't say the word because I don't want to get banned. So y'all can see that on the screen what we're talking about. So he was born on May 7th, and we're 81 days away from his birthday for the ritual to occur. So the mall is adjacent to a Walmart where a mass shooting happened in 2019. So here's where it is, right? So today's the 46th day of the year, and we're 170 days away from that anniversary. And that shooting happened on August 3rd. Remember how I said if you see the 8 threes or the 38, you know it's a murder? This is why. And it's the 46th day of the year. We've got another pew pew, and we're 170 days away from that anniversary. Look, see? February 15th to August 3rd, 170-day span. Now, CNN gives us a link to an article here that takes us back to August 7th, 2019, and they're already, this is years of planning, years of making this happen, agendas. Look, as soon as you click that link, it's like, oh, racism, shooting. Like, it's sick, man. It's organized. So we've already got this representative here saying, you promised you would take action after the August 3rd shooting. They're all the headlines are comparing it. And just look at CNN. Like if you just click on CNN's page today, this is what you get. Run, hide, fight tactic in active shootings. Panic inside. Possibly charged. Was banned by guns. Epidemic of mass shootings. People really need to look into this because y'all don't understand the laws that they pass that they can literally call these things, and it gives them special powers. If they call this or that, it's going to get bad. And look, it's under the opinion page, the analysis page, like it's every one of them. They're pushing hard right now, guys. Hard. Guys, y'all need to follow RPM Trey. He's a guy that has a sign that he stands on the street and it's called Hug an AR Owner. He's freaking awesome. People just come up and hug him, and you understand that it's not like what these people are telling you in the news. Like, people don't hate each other out there, and people don't want to give up, and they don't, I mean, you've got the people that are falling for it, but there's a lot of people out there that literally are not dealing with what's happened. Like, they're not going to accept it, and we've got to continue to educate these people to make them understand why and how they're operating, right? So let's talk about Emmitt Smith. Emmitt Smith, his dad and it's a club, y'all. We ain't in it. So his dad has the same name, son. They both played football. Blah blah blah. It's the same thing, right? So just look at your connections right here. You got New World Order 174, Number of the Beast 174, Emmitt Smith Jr. 174. You got the 69s, 84, and the 177s. Same numbers we talk about all the time, right? All these up here in this post, we're going to talk about them all, and they're all going to relate, I promise. So he announces his dad's death today. There's that 46 again. So his dad's dead. Now look, he drafted by the Dallas Cowboys. We got those same numbers we talk about. See, year of the skull and bones. And it's 67 days away from his draft anniversary, which is a number that we see all the time with the sacrifices. Because in order to be here, you got to do these things for fame and fortune. This little boy here was saved in a cave when he was like young, and now he's dead at the age of 18. Like, what the hell? But I know y'all remember this. If not, you may be young and don't remember this. But there was some kids that went into a cave. A rain came. It trapped them in there. They had to go get them, right? Look how sick this is. So he goes by the name Dom, and he died on Valentine's Day. And that's a 130-day span from when that cave headline came out. Just like the shooting, with the shooting, the headline from last year, 83 and the 170, right? It's 170 days from that anniversary. Well, here we are 130 days away from him getting trapped in the cave, right? Human sacrifices 130. To beat it all, they even put it in here that they were able to save them all by July 10th. July 10th. They got them all saved. Look here, 107. Ritual sacrifice and the name that they label it. I ain't even going to try to say it. But that's the name that they gave it for the history books that this little boy was in. They saved them all by July 10th. And now this dude's dead 130 days from that anniversary of that headline. Sick shit, man. It's been 4 years and 220 days since they rescued him. And we know 4 is associated with death because if you say 4, it sounds like the word for death in other languages, right? So we're 4 years and 220 days away from when they got saved on 107, right? And look, there's that brotherhood of death again, just like we seen with this guy. Now we got this guy dead. This dude dead 220 days from his 4 years and 20 days after they got saved from the cave, right? So we got DB Stanley Wilson Jr. dead at 40. He collapsed at what they're calling a mental hospital. We got 40 date numerology. We've got he actually died on February 1st, and we're just getting the headlines today. So, but today's that sacrifice number, and that's why they're doing it, because look, there's his name. We're on the 46th date. So he died February 1st. They announced it today. He drafted in 2005 to the Lions, and look, they announced his death 67 days before his draft anniversary, right? Just like they did with this one. So Emmitt Smith announces his dad's death 67 days from his draft anniversary, and now this dude's dead 67 days from his draft anniversary, right? So he drafted right here, see it? 2005. And look, today's headline comes 67 days from that date on a sacrifice date. Emmitt Smith. Look, he drafted April 22nd, and we're 67 days away from that headline, or from that when his dad's in the headline. It's recurring patterns, guys, over and over and over. So look at this, and this one's freaking weird, man. This dude, you got the headline that he's dead at the age of 62, so I was like, okay, yeah. So there's his name, 153, 144 is just like we seen over there with the other guy, the Illuminati. He's dead at the age of 62 on the fort there. He's in the headlines. Here's those sacrifice numbers. So sacrifice equals 62 and 46. And it's a 46 date, sacrifice, and he's dead at age 62. But get this, when you look his name up, oh, well, hang tight. So here's where he worked for, Anime News Network, the 223, just like we seen with Greg Abbott, right? The 223, the Synagogue of Satan, Skull and Crossbones, same patterns, over and over and over. But look at this. So I put out this dude's name in to get the birthday, and it tells me that he died in 1989. And here's his picture. And I'm like, well, this can't be that dude because he was born in 1928, right? This can't be that dude. And it says he died on February 9th, 1989. Is this not the same dude, man? Like, here's this dude. Here's this dude. But they're supposedly different people because this dude is dead in 1989, and they're saying this dude is dead like today. Is that not the same dude, y'all? I don't know. Like, look, February 9th. Like, I don't get it. They have the same job. So, like, if you look this guy up, it says he's the father magna. He's like freaking an animator right here. See, look, he's an animator, and that's exactly what this dude is. But yet, he died November 3rd, 1928, and he's in the headline today, but it's a different guy because this one's only 62 years old. Same name, same job, same face, and twice dead. I don't know, y'all. Anyway, Raquel Welch, guess what? She's dead today at age 82 yet, too. 46th day numerology, same patterns, guys. Look, there's that 201 we just talked about. She was the sex symbol of the 60s. She's dead 202 days before her 83rd birthday. We just talked about the 83s. So she's dead 202 days before her 83rd birthday. So we just talked about those. Now there's some discrepancies with the Fantastic Voyage release date because Zach did a post earlier or a video earlier and he had a different release date than I've got. I went by Wikipedia, but the one I have I think is Los Angeles and he may have done like one that was different. I'm not sure. They're all relevant because every stage of their life is planned out for certain scriptures, you know. So she got famous off of the Fantastic Voyage and she played Cora Peterson. So there's that 67 again that we just talked about with the other ones. You know, that sacrifice number. That's why we're seeing these numbers today because it's the 46 day. Sacrifice is 46. We got Cora Peterson, Skull and Bones. She's dead. Now, like I said, the date that I have is August 16th. So it says release date August 16th, 1966, Los Angeles. And if you write out Fantastic Voyage, it's just like the date it was released, the 16th of August. And it's been 56 years, and that's a big number with the Society of Jesus. We also got a goalkeeper that dropped dead today at the age of 25. And if you look at his name, he's got the 46, just like today's date number, or because we're on the 46th day of the year. And death equals 25. I don't have that on there, but death equals 25. So he's got the sacrifice numbers too. That's why he's in the headlines. But guys, that's all I'm going to go over on this one. Check out my other videos too. I try to do like a lump sum and kind of lump it all together in the headlines so you can see how it's playing out with different headlines. Follow other guys in the channel that are trying to put the word out and help. But I love y'all and y'all take care. Have a good evening.